what I have behind me is the new G20 BMW M340i. It's quite possibly the ultimate driving machine for the family man without forking out more than $500,000 for BMW M3. Hello and welcome to the Piston Show. Before we go any further though, a word from our sponsor. Hey guys, we'd just like to take a couple of seconds to tell you about the BH Petrol's loyalty program. Now this is unlike any other loyalty program out there because it does not require you to carry the card. That is simply very hard to find, especially when you need it the most. Now with BH Petrol, all you need to do is download an application, go to BH Petrol, pour your petrol, take a receipt and simply scan it with your application. You get 1 e-point for every litre that you pour. So the next time you're at BH Petrol, be sure to download the BH Petrol Loyalty Program application and you can immediately start to collect your points and later redeem it for the many rewards that they have. The M340i was introduced towards the end of 2020 and currently is in the market for a little over 380,000 ringgit. It sits above the 330i and it is the direct competitor to the Mercedes-Benz C45S AMG. It is though a lot of fun because underneath there is a glorious straight 6 turbocharged engine producing 382 horsepower and 500 Newton meters of torque. I'll talk about the details later, but let's talk about the aesthetics first. So what distinguishes the M340i from the other run-of-the-mill 3 Series is of course the M Sport body kit. These vents over here, they automatically open and close. They're closed right now so I can't put my finger in them. But when the car is moving, these vents open up to of course let air in to cool the engine. Of course the design of the vents is also slightly different. And then if you come to the side, you get 19-inch wheels, you get this different colored side mirrors, you get this cute spoiler over here. This is all part of the M body kit. You get that trapezoid exhaust pipes as well as this very cool looking dark bronze emblems, X-Drive and M340i. But that's not it though. If you're wondering that what really distinguishes the M340i from the other 3 Series, because hey, you can go to anywhere and get on this 19-inch wheels, find this 19-inch wheels, slap on this body kit, repaint the side mirror. But there's one thing that you can't do for your regular 320 or regular 330i. And that is, you cannot upgrade your headlights to the BMW laser lights because this is the only 3 Series currently in Malaysia that comes with the top of the line BMW laser lights. These things are so good that they can illuminate up to 500 meters ahead of you in pitch dark. That is how good they are. Now this is my favorite part about the M340i, the B58 3-litre straight 6 turbocharged engine, arguably one of the best BMW engines in modern times. So this uses a twin scroll single turbocharger. How that works is there's 2 scrolls in there, one that is continuously moving and one will move according to your throttle input. So this completely minimizes, perhaps even eliminates turbo lag. We'll talk more about that later. So this engine is mated to a very slick, quick shifting 8-speed ZF gearbox. Seriously, it's one of the nicest, sweetest powertrains. Talking about powertrains, power is sent to all 4 wheels because the M340i features BMW's iconic X-Drive system. X-Drive is basically BMW lingo for all-wheel drive. Most of the power though is transferred to the rear wheels. This is a rear biased all-wheel drive system. So it continues, it gives you that iconic BMW feel, especially when catapulting out of corners. But then it does it so well that it's almost impossible to unsettle the car in corners and when you're blasting out of corners as well. Inside though, it's probably one of the nicest BMW 3 Series interiors in modern times. It genuinely is a nice place to be in, and I really appreciate the fact that though that this is a CKD model, there is no piano black or gloss black anywhere to be seen. Thank you, BMW. Trimming, this trimming that you see here, this textured trimming, is what you call aluminium tetragon, which is a bit of a mouthful. And I really like this brown leather seats. These brown leather seats are probably the finest in the business. BMW calls it Cognac Vanesca Brown. To my eyes, it's just BMW brown sport bucket seat. That's right, they're perfectly adjustable as well, electronically adjustable. Finest in the business, in its segment at least. You also get a wireless key charging pad over here, which didn't quite work well with my iPhone 13 Pro, but perhaps some setting or something. And I'm really grateful about the fact that BMW has completely omitted anything that is gloss black or piano black, which makes this interior look very premium. In terms of spaciousness, I gotta say that the interior of the 3 Series has grown considerably over the past couple of generations. If you compare this to the the E60, the E46 at least, it's actually quite spacious in here. I took my family away for a weekend's getaway to Malacca. Put a child seat, my wife sat at the back. Very comfortable, very spacious. And I gotta say that the fitting, the quality of things in here are also quite nice as well. I appreciate the fact that you get a sunroof, that's quite nice. And then, yeah, BMW M steering wheel as well, together with a digital cockpit. Brilliant. Now let's take it for a drive. You know, one of those things that I really appreciate about the M340i is its character, its duality. It's at one moment it's just one of those nice, comfortable family cars that soaks up all the bumps. You know, it's just, and it's nice and quiet in here at lower speeds at least. And then at the flick of a switch, it just goes into BMW M mode. But before I do that, just like to take a minute to soak up the ambience in here, because these brown leather seats make the interior feel very luxurious, very premium. And then these trimmings, these aluminium trimmings are just, yeah, I appreciate this. You know, we get, especially in Malaysia, we get too much gloss black, which just makes premium cars look cheap. And I just appreciate the fact that we are getting something that is not that. You know, this aluminium trimming looks and feels amazing. This leather-clad BMW M steering wheel too, it's nice and thick in your hands. It's just nice. And now, let me just demonstrate to you what happens if I go into sport mode. Yeah, make some funky sounds. There's a lot of things that are happening underneath the car. One of those things is that the dampers are stiffer, so you can sort of attack corners right now and the car will lay flat. The car remains flat, and the thing is, because it's an X-drive machine, so you can start getting on the power early in corners and it doesn't twitch. It's just laying down the power with no dramas whatsoever. Hyrule is having a tough time keeping the camera steady, but yeah. However, this is not it. There's another trick up the sleeve for the M340i. and that is known as Sport Plus. And in this mode, this car is not going to handle anything. It's not bothered about comfort, it's not bothered about fuel consumption, it's not bothered about anything. It just wants to go. Listen to this. Woo. It just wants to go. So in Sport Plus mode, it should probably be called M mode, because this is what M cars are all about. Ultimate driving pleasure. There's also some pops and bangs happening. So, and then again, the press of a button now is comfort. And it's as if that M mode, that M character has been thrown out the window. And right now it's just so compliant, it's just soaking up the bumps. You know, it's just like a regular 320. The throttle is just lazy. It's just, yeah. Anyway, so this is comfort mode, right? And then if you press another button, you go into Eco Pro. Eco Pro is, I think I've only pressed this button 3, perhaps 4 times since I've been driving this car in the past couple of days. So this is where, you know, the air conditioning is a little bit more supple. The powertrain is a little lazier. Of course, it's very comfortable as well, but it's just more suited towards economy and keeping the world green. There's another mode, and it's personally my favorite mode to go about your daily business, and that's known as adaptive. Now this reads your driving style. It sort of figures out what you want to do, or how your typical driving character, your driving style. And it adapts the powertrain, it adapts the steering wheel, it adapts the suspension to suit your style. That's adaptive. And I like that, because, you know, you don't even have to bother to press Sport, Comfort, Eco Pro, whatever. In fact, you let the car do the judging for you. So let's say you're on the highway and there's a lot of and you're stuck in traffic, or, you know, there are open roads, and you start pushing the car a little bit more, and the car automatically adjusts itself to your driving mood, so to speak. And yeah, it's just an intelligent driving mode. But other than that, you know, besides the fun part of the M340, I appreciate the fact that it's also very well suited to life as a family car. Because look, we are doing about 90 kilometers per hour right now, and there's hardly any sound coming in here. The seats are nice and comfortable. There's plenty of sitting space for everybody. There's plenty of storage space for everybody as well. I really like the fact that it comes with a wireless Apple CarPlay, even though you have to pay a subscription for it. BMW, why? You know, but other than that, yeah, it's nice. It just checks all the boxes. And in this segment, well, that's perhaps the Mercedes C43 that is powered by 2-liter turbocharged 4-port engine. That's a completely different argument, alright? But if you're into straight sixes, the traditional type of engines, straight 6 engines, turbocharged, very little turbo lag and all of that, this is the car that you want. If you think that, you know, you just, for 5 Series money, but for, you know, you want something more fun, consider the 340i. For me, this is it. It checks all the boxes, for me at least. You know, I gotta say this, that this is one of the finest BMW 3 Series, this side, the regular side of an M3 that I've driven in recent years. Here in Malaysia, we don't always get a lot of very exciting cars, you know, especially from BMW with their regular run-of-the-mill models. But the M340i though checks all the boxes in terms of a car, in terms of a driver's car that we have so sorely missed in recent years. That 6-pot straight 6 engine is just amazing, and it produces a lot of accessible power, usable power, especially on our Malaysian roads. And I really truly appreciate the fact that it's just, all of this is just available for half the price of a BMW M3. So the big question is Mercedes-Benz A45S AMG or BMW M340i? I would choose the M340i simply because I have a family to take around with me. I would love to take my kids out sometime. I love to take my family out. And I would also like a car that is very fun to drive, especially when I'm alone, going out with friends, toge. This is a car that does it all, in my books at least. Thank you for watching. Do consider subscribing. BMW M340i, for me, the ultimate family car in Malaysia right now, available for about 382,000 ringgit. Thank you for watching.